Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're back in Warframe for another build, and this time we're having a look at the Tenet Exec. This is quite the old weapon at this point. I think it's like more than 3 years old, but it's probably still one of the best slam weapons, and that's because of its unique trait. As you may have heard, the DE recently changed how melee slams work, but luckily this weapon does not care at all about that, and instead just does this. And those waves completely ignore what those changes are, which is why this weapon is still that great. If you want to know more about these changes, you can check the video in the top right corner of your screen right now. Anyways, that's enough introductions for now, so let's jump into the build. First of all, this weapon comes with a valence bonus, in this case Toxin, and that's because it is a Tenet weapon and it's part of the Tenet family, which are weapons that can reach level 40 after forming them 5 times, and they always come with a valence bonus that can go all the way up to 60%. You can change the type of damage by either acquiring another weapon with a different damage type and using Valence Fusion. This will override the original damage bonus and replace it with a new one. And the other way is by performing Valence Override. This requires an elemental vice and a rank 40 weapon, but after doing that you can freely change between all the elements available on this weapon. Now moving to the unique trait, this is what those energy waves were. You release 3 explosions in a 15-meter line if you just perform a normal slam attack, but if you instead perform a heavy slam attack, you will release 3 explosions in a wide forward angle in 3 different lines. As for the base stats, we only care about a few of them, and those are the heavy slam attack damage, in this case 899.6, base critical chance, which is 38%, and base critical damage, which is 2.4x. Both of these are incredibly high and they'll grant us a ton of damage. And moving to the actual build, this is what I'm using. Cleveling Warframe as my stance of choice, but you can replace this with whatever you have, because it does not matter, we won't be performing any of the combos, we'll only be performing heavy slam attacks, and so we don't care at all what's up here, we just want the additional capacity. Prime Fever Strike for more toxin damage, Killing Blow for more melee damage on heavy attacks, Organ Shatter and Gladiator Might for critical damage and 10% melee crit chance per combo multiplier, Seismic Wave for 200% more melee slam attack damage, Sacrificial Pressure and Sacrificial Seal for more melee damage and more critical chance, and Galvanized Reflex for 50% heavy attack efficiency and on melee kill 20 initial combo up to 4 stacks. This puts us at a permanent 5x combo multiplier as long as we keep killing enemies. And the arcane I'm using is melee exposure, and this grants us an additional 60% corrosive up to 240% every time we cast an ability. This buff lasts 25 seconds and it goes all the way down to 0 if we don't refresh it in time, so that means we have to cast one ability every 25 seconds. And that's pretty much the whole build, so let's now see it in action. If you are new to the channel, first of all, welcome, and I hope the video is so far of your liking. And second of all, this is what I usually test against. These are 20 corrupted heavy gunners level 225 with steel path modifiers. And they are very tanky enemies, and also a type of enemy that you may be familiar with because they do appear in many different missions. And now for the fun part, let's cast 4 abilities, and that will grant us the 240% corrosive bonus damage thanks to melee exposure, and after doing that we can start performing the bunny hops and then the slam attack. In this case a heavy slam attack, so this is what you can expect for damage as long as we don't have that 5x combo multiplier, and yeah, after actually obtaining that, damage will be much better. Let me just refresh my melee exposure and let's keep on killing these enemies. We should be able to kill a few of them now. There we go, we are now at 5x and our damage is now, well, much different. We are actually able to deal a lot of damage and we are able to pretty much one-shot all these poor guys. So there we go, 20 fresh enemies. Let's try this again, and yes, we are just one-shotting them, even though these are very high level enemies with a lot of armor, which we are not removing at all, and we are still able to destroy them. So yeah, that's pretty much what you can expect in a mission. And additionally, these weapons waves do go through objects, so that's nice, because if something is hiding behind this pillar, it does not really matter, we can absolutely reach it, because that's how it works. Although it does not work when waves have to travel downward, because they just get absorbed into the void, I guess, and they go nowhere and they deal no damage, so keep that in mind, it might ruin your fun, I guess. Now I'll also be testing with my Panzer because I do like this pet quite a lot, and the reason is that he grants me an additional 1.2x more critical damage and also applies Viral and also has a chance to armor strip enemies, and he does also a bunch of other things, which I'm not gonna explain that much because I have a full guide on this pet if you're interested, but he is quite a nice pet to have around, and this is the build for the claws, which is mostly electricity to make him deal a lot of damage in a huge AoE. Alright, let's wait for our pet to apply Viral. Meanwhile, we are gonna stack that beautiful melee exposure buff quite easily like that. And now, come on Panzer, spread your Viral spores. Your Viral spores are now active. Yes, I mispronounced that. But yeah, we are dealing quite a lot more damage. And enemies are just exploding with millions and millions of damage. And of course, we are not done yet because we can still apply a Roar buff. And yeah, in that case, everything is dead. There's nothing that can survive this unless it has like damage attenuation, or I guess it has like invulnerability phases or stuff like that, because we are dealing millions and millions of damage, and enemies do not usually like receiving millions and millions of damage, especially from melee weapons. So yeah, this is what this weapon is capable of, and what you're gonna be able to do with this weapon as well. And yeah, thanks to E for balancing melee slam attacks. They are so much better now, and I am sure this is what you intended, because you made all those nice changes. Yeah, this is exactly what you meant, and thank you, this is perfect. Don't change anything. This is exactly what I want. And yeah, that is pretty much the Tenet Exec. Once again, a very, very powerful weapon that just does not care of what happens, it just deals a lot of damage, and all you need is just a bunch of fancy mods. It also looks completely insane. Those two blades are just so damn cool, and I really, really enjoy that. Anyways, I'll now leave you guys to the showcase where I test this weapon in a Grenade Steel Pass Survival, so you can see how it performs in a more realistic scenario. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, and if you like my content, consider subscribing. I wish you a beautiful rest of the day, thanks for watching, and bye bye.
Suicide, you know it's an eye for eye. I didn't wanna walk the plank, but the Mariona, it came like the thunder. I was on my way to